Before this video begins, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank the extreme generosity of this channel's sponsorship donators and patrons, this being Dante Demonic with his most recent donation, a returning Tribal Typhoon, and our new Patreon, Skyhawkings. To you guys, sincerely, a huge thank you for your support. These videos would not be possible without your generosity. Thank you. Shall we begin? Julentru, and welcome to Shadowstar. I'm Captain Ri'shad, aka the Renegade, and this is a Starship visual review video. So, I trust that you're all comfortable, so that you can enjoy your beverages as we take a detailed look at this very interesting / stoic starship. It doesn't really look like there's a lot going on with it, does there? This is the BAUL Sentry vessel, and she is hiding a lot underneath those plates. Shall we begin? Sorry it's not so bright. I would normally use the the Earth Space Dock customization point, but this ship is so limited, there's not really much point. Mind you, it shows off her very sharp blade against the light. She definitely has edges which want to appear black. Now, this starship has literally one template, one bridge type, no customizational windows, one hull type. Luckily, practically every pattern possible, including the rising patterns, which does make me want to laugh. So, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how that turns out on this ship, but it's apparently a thing. Can we see some patterns here, please? Come on. Well, this is fun. Look how many panels this ship has. Okay, so the thing I probably should have mentioned is that there is like a ton load of panels to look at. And unfortunately, as much as I'd love to show you all this, as you can see, it doesn't really show up on this ship. So I don't even know why half of this exists. Now, there are things to trigger it showing up that I can happily say. I don't know if that was a bug or whatnot. Maybe it'll get fixed. But since this is the limitation of customization, don't mind me, I'm just hiding my face. Let's actually take a proper look at this ship. So here she is, and first thing to say is, yes, she's come straight from Season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. She is a ship from a race that seems to keep things very plain and simple, and are a race that is literally ruled by its fear of its own predator. So her design makes a lot of sense. It leaves very little to vulnerability. It's all enclosed up, all well guarded, all well protected, and it's much like Prey. It is designed to be relatively well defended, and I would say nice fast to get it out there. At least looks like it's fast, okay? Not really that fast, but at least looks like it's fast. The only vulnerable sections that you could possibly have open or need to have open are actually even well guarded, so that's a great thing to point out as well. And I do find the patterns you see inside there quite interesting. Now, with this being said, I don't know if in the show it was supposed to be warp capable. I know they did say something about the race being warp capable, but this ship itself that was sent up seemed more like it was a planetary defense ship more than a long-range defense. It may still use a warp core in order to protect itself. That would make a lot of sense. So I'm not actually looking for how it generates a warp field or anything. But I will say a few things that I do find interesting about its detailing. First and foremost, should I say, is the actual hull plate texturing itself. Now, Discovery has improved the way hull plates look, but you can see when you look at this ship that really fine and grained detail that actually looks like layering of a shell. So instead of a simple plate of armor has been fitted across the surface, it looks like multiple plates are interwoven with each other throughout the entire ship in order to disperse damage off more. Essentially, take the punishment from the claws. And it is an interesting look. You can also see a ritualistic side to this ship with the way it has its circles embedded on it. It's a little Iconian. Am I allowed to say that? It's a little Iconian in its feel, but STO's Iconian versus Discovery's BAUL, they can have a little look over each other if they want to. It's not like they've repeated the pattern. This is essentially a unique design from one content creator and a unique design from another type of content creator. I don't know why I'm calling them content creators. They're a little bit bigger than that. But as much as I normally don't like this circular pattern, I feel like it doesn't really work on most ships. Hey! Discovery did something really well here because it actually works with the ship's design and shape. Another thing that I found very interesting about this, very plain, yeah, I've got plenty of things to say about a plain shape, is the way it's been designed to sort of use light as a form of stealth. So you've got this integrated groove here, and you can see as I move it, it gets darker and starts to try and hide itself. In the blackness of space, this can become nigh on invisible. I mean, admittedly, people detect things with sensors. But I like to think that it prevents, considering a lot of sensors use sensor bouncing and thermal detection, I like to think like this whole shape is designed like a stealth bomber, and it's designed to reflect signals and prevent the signals from bouncing back to the correct coordinates, seeming like they're going to. So the signal seems like it's going on forever. But the main thing I do like about it is that no matter what angle you go at with this ship, and considering the blasted sun is up there, no matter how you hit this ship from the angles, it always has some edge to it, some primary facing edge that is going to be darker. So it just gives that ship that stealth vibe, designed to hide vibe. And I like it, I do like it a lot. Another thing I really appreciate is the fact that it looks like it's integrated into two parts. You've got the head of the ship, which is everything in front of this arrow face, and that sort of appears to be sort of its weapon, its fight back claw is there. And then at the back here, sort of slotted into it at the back, sort of mounted in, is this final piece. Nice little diamond that is designed to be its propulsion, its engineering, probably its command section, and is basically the habitat point. Probably not a good thing that the thing a predator is most likely going to catch first is the most vulnerable bit, but hey, it could always quickly turn around. This ship can't quickly turn around, but it could always quickly turn around and jab it in the claws. But speaking of quickly turning around and jabbing it with its claws, we come into this ship's next really endearing feature. From plain and simple,
warning, ship is under attack,
to the mode most of us are used to seeing it in. And I'm not going to lie, I thought this ship was going to be flying upright, because when it first showed up in STO for them talking about it, I was like, hang on, isn't that the ship that stands tall? Oh, that's going to be so weird watching fly around, isn't it? I don't know, I can't get over the idea of tall things flying. Yeah, I just don't get over it. Well, it's Sentry mode. It's not flying, it's just standing in place. I find it hilarious that while it's in Sentry mode, it actually looks like it's designed to be on the planet's surface. So right now, you could say it's taking up from the surface of the Dyson. They're all taking off from the surface of the Dyson sphere, heading up, and that maybe this gyroscope turning is its stabilizer. Woo! It looks like it's launching. I'm not gonna lie, if we had a ship in the game that looked like this thing does when it's in Sentry mode, just flying the way it normally flies, I would never stop flying it, just because that would be so cool. At least in my opinion. But I'm not gonna pick on that too much, because even in Sentry mode, this ship is just amazing in its detailing. First of all, there you can see the diamond section still there. I understand why the part that I thought could still be in the forward nose doesn't lift up. I mean, partly because one, in the show it didn't, and two, because it would get in the way of that rotating ring. Now, what I really do approve of is the way this works. In the it doesn't really show it properly in the game, because each one of those arms that are turning around are actually a weapon. There are two variant forms of attack antenna as far as I'm aware. Either firing a beam or able to claw onto its target. Claw on is a little bit of head cannon. It's the only way I can explain the shape of it. Mind you, also designed to look intimidating. And again, this is a ship of a species that's used to being prey. Since it is prey, it has to look intimidating. When it goes up to defend itself from its predator, it's got to be able to say, come on then, try it, you'll get hurt. And that is what Sentry mode does. It puffs out its fur, stands up tall, and reveals its claws. This ship is a funny gimmick that you can just look at it too many different ways. I absolutely adore that. I have got a little bit of a niggly pig bite I want to do though, and that is specifically with a rotating ring. I understand the concept of the claws coming out, but I don't understand the concept of that piece that hangs below it. I would retract the ship right now just to see how it moves, but if you look at the arms that have the claws on, and then look at the thin beams that literally run parallel underneath them, they're basically the exact same arm structure, only flipped upside down and with a very short little peg on the end of it that's bending up towards it. Is this a supporting brace? So if the arm are clamped onto something and it starts to pull down, that brace then hits the upper arm and sort of holds it there? If so, why is it just not attached at all times? Why is it hanging there free at the moment? It confuses me. That's just the weird thing about it. I'm not sure why it's there. I will compliment though the amount of detailing STO has gone into while putting this into the game. I mean, yes, they probably got the model from Discovery, the CGI model from Discovery, but it's just the raw amount of detailing they've kept in to put on that central cylinder. Seeing it rotating, it's rotating so smoothly, and there's all that finer detailing that you can just see, sort of feel the organic form as it moves. And then the giggly, the shaft that heads up towards the arms that are holding the plates that have opened up. Personally speaking, That just looks incredible. Also gives me Death Star vibes. This is half why I feel like this ship should never have been designed to stand up into Sentry mode and just always continue flying the way it normally does. Just opens itself up into battle mode, which looks like this instead, but flying normally. And then all you get to do is see this lovely, lovely little red charge appear just at the bottom of this whole shaft that heads upwards, and suddenly a beam of light shoots down it out the nose, and hey, Death Star laser. Could you imagine that? Oh, it's a shame she doesn't have anything like that, but she does something similar. I'm not sure how I'll actually be able to show you it in action. I can figure out a way to show you it in action, but this ship's biggest refining gimmick is that here in Sentry mode, it will lock up a nice red laced netting with all the other Sentry ships around it and unleash an anti-proton barrage, which I'm just gonna say now looks absolutely stunning. Do you know what? Yeah, come on then. Okay, we saw the arms fold up. They literally fold up into it. I mean, what the hell? Yeah, what do they do? Oh, let's show the fun games. Okay, so I can only think of one way to really show how this looks. And hopefully, now that we're here... now that we're here, we can show off how this looks. So let's do it! Oh, she's upside down. Oh, she's opening weird. Well, that's how I say she should look. Seriously though, that's how I think she should look. That is awesome. And since I got distracted quite badly... Oh look, we get to see it still. Look at these red beams firing. They're focused out to the ships, and then I'm pretty sure it's supposed to fire from the claws, but since we never really saw it fire from the claws, and we did definitely see it all sync up all its anti-proton pieces to everything else, I feel like it's fine to see this. I just still feel like it would have looked cooler if all the heads of the ships all synced up in a red net, maintained that red net at all times, and then from the claws that stand off them, fire the closest claw at the enemy they're firing at. Mind you, that probably would have been a bit technical. Damn, look at this gonna work. I'm doing nothing. I'm literally doing nothing. I'm firing no extra weapons here, by the way. This is a thing right now. So now's the bit where we look at the Vantage Shields, and hopefully I'm going to get through it this time without having an issue. So, smack up, have some fun, and let's get that off screen, because that doesn't need to be there. Take a look at the Alliance Vantage Shield, which, well, some of you may notice straight away, there's a distinct part of the Alliance Vantage Shield that's missing. Ooh, I do like the blue though. Yeah, it's kind of hiding. Don't mind me, we've just got to wait another second. There we go. If only I could stay in this mode and change the Vantage Shields, I could show you it all so easily, but I can't. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a long process of in, out, we shake it all about. Take a look at the yellow though. Damn! Hiding the yellow on the internal shaft and giggity on the internal shaft and the spinning claws is definitely something I like to see. I'm going to turn it around this way so that we don't have the stupid visual stuff clopping up over in front of the ship all the time. I do approve of this quite a lot. Seriously, STO, do something about your visuals. Damn, they can be intrusive at times, can't they? I will say this though, the finer detailing that you can see there, just the blue glowing elements within the shaft, really does add that just a little bit of additional touch. Next up And next up, we're actually going to encounter the long-standing issue we're going to have with the ship of, once you see one of the dark hull plating, BAUL, you've probably seen them all. Well, at least this one's grey, right? So, next up on the plate, we take a look at the first grey BAUL Vantage Shield. Oh, can you tell I'm having to step away each time I do this? Which is going to be delightful. I mean, look at its plate already. Large, solid, intermesh plating, all grey. I mean, I guess it's not quite as black as the BAUL, but that blue cybernetics looks amazing. Other tip to pay attention to is, well, the blue glow element is practically the same on this ship, so as a result, it doesn't really stand out its own coloration from the actual BAUL's coloration. And moreover than that, unfortunately, due to all the cybernetics on the internal shaft, the actual glowing parts to this shaft is now hidden behind the blueness of the cybernetic parts. It's like, oh, come on. A little bit overdone, unfortunately. But considering the plates are using the colours, it's not overly surprising. I gotta say, I do like it though. I'm getting frame drop. I do apologise, guys. Hoping this is a triple test server thing. And incoming Discovery Vantage Shield. Probably one of the nicer looking ones. The grey meshing, or the bronzy grey, works really well on this ship for some reason. I don't know why. I distinctly like the back bit more. But I've got to say, also the glowing elements look great. Just because it's a deeper blue now, so it just stands out that a little bit more against the rest. Just a bit.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Hello. And then you have the slightly off-coloured brownish bronze that just stands out on the pylons. Looking oh so elegant. The only problem is, once it stands up, it loses a lot of its colour. I think it's just because the way the light bounces off it. However, the bottom just looks excessively blue now. So, hey-oh. It's a thing. Can't really argue with goddamn visual. Do you know what visual? Just sign off. If anyone knows how they remove all visuals, please tell me. Because I swear to God, STO visuals need to be removed. The ones that appear around ships, I mean. From Discovery, we move on to the Emperor's Vantage Shield. Hey look, we're going dark again. But at least this one has a very much standout element that looks absolutely amazing. The yellow just works so well and stands out within as well. So hey, you can even see the impulse array for once. Beyond this weird pulsating blue mess that looks like a blue flame. Oh right, so that's what's supposed to... okay. You know, it doesn't look too bad, but...
Warning, ship is under attack.
when the grey stands up, and you get this purple just drop out, it just looks so much better. Don't know why, but it just also looks better coming out. And look at it this way! Now you can really see the purple. It actually looks absolutely amazing. It does give an intimidating feel to the ship as well. But then again, what are you expecting? It's Terran. It wants to be intimidating. It's what they do. The only downside to it is because this ship has such a bland aesthetic to it, most of what goes on the ship is also bland. Oh god, I've just realised exactly what the Romulan one's going to look like. Sorry, Riemann one. Riemann is what I meant. Next up, we have the Achille Vantage Shield, which just makes it look like a rusty column. But the red looks alright. You know what really looks good? When it lets you change. The thing is, we all know that this also has that red chromatic area.
Warning, ship is under attack.
And that red chromatic area just looks absolutely beast on this ship. Hello. It just gives the ship more of a ancient feeling, yet at the same time vicious feeling. I think it works really well with the anti-proton aesthetic of the ship. I mean, yes, I will denote now that blue with red, hello there, looks absolutely amazing together, but at the same time, Just following a complete red aesthetic. Works great. Too bad that goddamn blue doesn't change colours. What could you imagine if that blue flame was part of the blue glow element meshing? So that every time you change the colour of the ship, if it's got red glowing elements, that flame turned to red. If it had green glowing elements, that flame turned to green. That just look amazing. I'm asking for too much now, aren't I? I am so sorry. And into the next lot. The next lot would be Bland comes. Kelvin Divergence Vantage Shield. I really need to stop picking on this one. Well, at least I'm picking on this one and not trash. What? Oh. Wow. Don't know what I was actually expecting. But I'm still disappointed. Okay, fair point to make. If you wanted to go for an aesthetic theme of planetary survival, the Earth has been destroyed and the last ship has been sent off into space. It is a siege ship seeking a new home. Well, this would be fitting. It's bland as hell. It looks like it's robust, armoured, literally meant for one sole purpose of not being destroyed while it reaches a new home. And likely to travel only in one direction, so therefore could possibly never reach a home whatsoever, because space is actually really, really vast and big, and yeah. Let's change.
Warning, ship is under attack.
That's how bland it is. Even the interior don't look different. Wow, way to make an interesting style look bland. I mean, essentially, we are just a grey BAUL right now. That is literally what's going on here. We're just a grey version of the BAUL. A light grey version. It's magically boring. Let's get to the next one. So it's literally just clicked in my head that I could just put the Vanity Shield I'm going to do next in the slot and wait for it to go through its timer. Hey look, medical Vanity Shield. Woo! Which is hilarious because now we've got that green sleeve. What? Where's this green come from? I've never noticed green glowing elements before. Well, now there's a green strip on it. It's white, it's got red, it's got grey, it's... Oh my god, it's boring. The glow element is yellow along with the blue again, but unfortunately without the black it doesn't seem to work as well. Proof that the Empire is superior to the Federation. What? Nope, still won't let us change yet. I have 30 seconds to wait. 30 seconds to wait. So shall we point out the fact that some of those internal panels are bright red? Seriously, what is going on with this ship half the time? I don't know. What amuses me is the fact that this ship is a rectangular shape and yet has that round element to it. It's like, talking about fighting parts. Oh, speaking of Red, hello Red, how are you doing? Unfortunately, this one occasion I'm not talking Red as in Little Red Riding Hood, Ruby Rose. Yes, I watch Ruby. Ruby is an awesome anime. Clearly I find something more interesting than this. Wow, this is at least at least it's not the Kelvin, eh? It's got some aesthetic change. I'm just struggling to think of what the point out is, because I like to point out the things to me that look good, but the yellow and the red do not mesh well. The green just seems out of place. It's actually, the green is also clipping through down there, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to notice that. Yeah. You don't mind me. Don't mind me, I'm just being an idiot. I'm an idiot. We all know I'm an idiot, it's fine. Right, so let's skip it. Well, funny enough, the medical Valancy shield was free, but now we've got another free one. Platinum. Have you picked it up yet? You can pick it up at the moment. Pick it up. Because it looks great on all ships. And wow! I love that metallic look. Actually, take a good look around this. Funny how it's got the black tips and black diamond at the back. So it's basically, right now... oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Right now, it's just a square version of the Alliance. We'll actually show you exactly what I mean. Hang on a second. Get the angle right. So in this form, at least, if I put the Alliance on, which was again free, you get to see the difference. It's not all that big, is it? Admittedly, there's a lighting issue, which seems to happen with any kind of metallic surface in this game, where if you have a menu up, it darkens it. So it's actually a lighter. The white part is actually relatively similar to the Alliance white. It's a little bit darker, but not quite as much as it was showing up as just then. I will say this though, it looks absolutely stunning.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
That just looks nuclear to me. Oh! My way of saying, damn, that exploded my opinion. Yeah, looks actually really awesome. I wasn't expecting to like the platinum so much on this ship. Okay, it's a nice look. I will definitely give it that. I think the bit I specifically like is how the platinum along with the black mesh so well on the internal shaft and then opens up into the pylons. It just feels right. I'm really glad the actual pylon parts that are holding open the doors aren't black. If they were black, I think it would have been overdone. It's a nice look. Credit where credit is due, it's a nice look. From one unto the other. Oh god, it's the Section 31 Vantage Shield. Well, okay guys, get ready to see quite literally the BAUL skin. Ha! Oh, I wasn't even wrong. The only difference between this and the BAUL is this is lots of teeny little squares. All laced together. Literally. I don't think it could have been any more bland if it wanted to. Like, seriously. I mean, the back part at least has some ribbing to it, so that looks okay. You know, you can barely see behind the flame. Am I gonna regret? I will regret opening this ship up, almost 100% certainly. So I apologise if you want to see what the internals look like. I'm not wasting time with it. God, that's boring. Aegis. Well, this is another one which I won't be opening up. Do you remember what the BAUL looks like inside? Do you? Oh God. I literally just realised what it's going to do. 1, 2, 3 says the entire interior is full of... I'm going to really regret doing this. I should have just done... Yo, I regret doing this. Oh my god, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I'm a glow stick and I'm okay. Let me flash in your face. I'm... No, no. Okay, the way I was going to finish that, not appropriate and not suitable. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm laughing. How am I so... Oh, God. To everyone I just offended, I'm sorry. Feel free to smack me across the face. Oh, when I see something like this, the worst part of me always comes out. And it's not because it's bad or anything. It's the BAUL skin, just as you can see against the other ones, it's just flashing. I have a bad mind. It's flashing me. It's flashing its shaft at me. Well, at least we all know it's got a ring on the end of its shaft. What? Now that I've got that laughing fit out of my issue, let's simulate this ship, and it actually works well. I think it's the lack of a simulation that works well with me there. The green that works great with the blue. Let's just be fair with that. And we already know that the moment the ship opens up, it's going to be full of simulated parts inside. Let's add these on. Let's see where they go. Now, we all knew that was going to be at the front of the ship. Be a bit weird if it wasn't. Oh, and look at that! It's been really bulked up in size and blended into the back of the ship. Okay then. Right.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I love how the parts weren't quite sure where they were going. Oh, there is no assimilation on the inside. This is the Queen. This is now the Queen BAUL ship. Prepared to be assimilated. Actually works really well though with the assimilated parts. Kinda like it. I actually like the fact that the blue flame didn't disappear either. And it's got a crown on its head. So it's awesome. It's all good. It's all gravy. I like this ship actually. At least it's not as crazy as the blue glowing shaft. Next up, we have the Bajoran Defense Covariant Shield Array. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. Look at it. It's rusting away. Mind you, considering what this is, it would be fitting on a Bajoran planet. I mean, if it was stood upright and didn't open up, it would kind of look like some of their monuments they build. But speaking of stood upright, and if the Bajoran were far more violent as a people. Oh wait, they can be quite violent. Okay, so let's just all be fair. It's ribbed and pink. And I'm saying no more than that because I've already been terribly bad with this ship and its shaft. So I've got an issue. Oh. My woman is going to kill me. But I will say this. It actually kind of works. This whole aesthetic kind of works on this ship. I mean, I would definitely say there's elements of this ship which could be done better. With this whole aesthetic. I don't know why. But I almost feel like the way the actual diamond at the base looks, that whole plate is what should be on the rest of it, and then the rib, this sort of rib section giggity, is put onto where the diamond is and the nose. I feel like it would have worked better that way. That's clearly just me because I'm weird, very weird. I do still like it though, so that's something to say. Hey, I like it. Next up for the running, we have the Counter Command Covariant Shield Array. I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones I normally like. So, fingers crossed again, it's going to be alright. It looks good. I'm not sure about the green and the blue at the moment. But the central axis looks great, only it feels cut off. Blast. Well, you can't win them all, really. My only thing is, if it didn't have to cut off at the base here, why did it have to cut off at the nose? I mean, they could have just done it into a sharper point at the nose. That would have worked well. You'll see what I mean by they didn't have to cut it off at the base in a second. There you go. See, still there at the base. Just stops at the nose. Like, okay. I really shouldn't have turned the ship too much, should I? However, it does show off the fact that this is once again a dark hole aesthetic, but thankfully with this dark hole aesthetic, it comes with a few additional elements that just gives it that little bit more life. If you're going for a green look, this is probably going to be the best one. However, the one I normally hate actually has an opportunity once again to not overdo its weird greeniness and look amazing. So let's see how that one looks, shall we? Well, actually, let's see how far I can fly in between these shots. Hot damn, she's spacious. Got here really quickly. Delta Alliance Unimatrix Shields. Oh, not what I was expecting. Hey, did you think it was black? Yeah, I understand. I know, I was being a bit naughty hiding it in the hole there, giggly. Well, definitely not what I was expecting to see from this one. However,
Warning. Ship is under attack.
that lack of green elementation almost works. Oh, have mercy. The whole thing actually looks really good. Finally on one ship alone, I actually like the way this whole plate works. This vanity visual works. It's actually looks good for once. Wow, I can't believe I get to say that. It's a very dark feeling to it. That's the only issue I've got with this ship. Is a lot of the time when it stands up, these massive doors actually hold out the light and prevent you from seeing some of the better access. But then again, that also might be my bad positioning. I've got nowhere nearby that forms a great light on it. Oh well, she's still good. She looks awesome. Next up. Right, next up from that surprise, we get to move on to the Dyson Regenerative Shield Array. Oh my. Hey, who reckons the next one's going to look amazing? Well. Do you know what? I think with the fact that it didn't change part of the BAUL aesthetic, and with the sort of pre-setup aesthetic of the Dyson vanity visual, it actually looks really damn good. God damn it, this is almost as good as the platinum. Oh, please tell me this is going to be as good as the platinum one.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yes, oh, Dyson Sphere gets to be up there with among my top visuals for a ship for once. It's really good. It's a really damn good look. The actual way the internal track looks, just because of the way the secondary pattern normally appears on the ship, it just works excessively well on this ship, and you can really get a 3D feel and texture out of those lower pylons. That you can just see the little arms that are stretching out. It feels more mechanical. Oh, I love this one. This one looks absolutely amazing. Oh, currently my #1 visual on this ship. Wow, was not counting on that at all. I feel bad. I feel bad for all the others now. They've got to somehow match up to this. And Iconian, you actually had a chance for once. Now you may have just lost it. It's taken me an hour and we're only up to here. Well, Iconian resistance Resilient Shields. Oh, and when I say an hour, I mean looking at the Vantage Shields. Not the rest of the review, just the Vantage Shields. Right, so we all know that the Iconians should look really good on this ship, right? Considering the BAUL at the back there. Okay, I'll give it its due. It at least doesn't feel out of place, but it does once again feel cut off at the nose. I really don't understand how they could get the aesthetic all the way down the lower half, but not go all the way up the nose. Like, I know why. It's because there's two different hull planes going on there. And open. That looks awesome. The internals look absolutely amazing, but it's the external to me it's both okay, yet not quite there. I don't know why, but whenever you have something that you can physically feel it getting cut off, it always completely ruins the aesthetic to me. As a result, I don't like the external hull appearance, but the internal is just absolutely amazing. I will not diss that. Yeah, well, win some, you lose some. Dyson's currently on the win. And next up, we take a deep look at, well, not really a deep look at, but just an extensive attempt to say, Lucari Restoration Intuitive Regenerative Shield Array. I hate tongue twisters. Deep stare. Deep stare. Wow, this is boring. Oh god, this is almost as bad as the Kelvin. Somehow I saw this coming, and I've got a really sneaky suspicion. Well, it flashed us, but at least this time it's flashing us with a ring, and not with its shaft. Oh my god. Well, I knew there was going to be heavy, like, glowing strips, because there always is with this one, along with some of the others. At least this one's not as bad as the Aegis. Oh god, I'm so glad it's not as bad as the Aegis. It looks okay. It just, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the texturing of the hull versus its coloration doesn't really work on this ship. Otherwise, it would be alright. Alright, that's probably why I like the Fakir, because on that one it kind of works. It gave it an older feel. Meh, I mean, really difficult to please. Mako Resilient Shield Array. Okay, well, this should be interesting. Mostly because what we know of the Mako up to now is essentially it takes the initial hull design and just throws something on top of it. Well, it does down here, but it doesn't on the diamond. That's on the nose. It's a bit weird. It's like it doesn't know what it wants to do. Very, very weirdly. So,
Warning, ship is under attack.
It's not under attack. It's just transforming. I really can't decide if I like that or not. Very difficult to say. I'm just going to skip on to the next one now because I really can't actually decide if I like that or not. I mean, I like this look of it. Yeah, wow, that one had me. That one really had me a bit speechless. Next up, well, hello Nakara Crystalline Shields, let's have a laugh with you. Did exactly what I was expecting to do initially there. The yellow looks great. It looks like it's burning with fire, so you got the nice heat in the glow element and suddenly the blue flame. Which, for all that don't know, blue flame is hotter. Let me transform! I mean, I will say this, it is an interesting look over it. Gives it a very more robust feel. Or very more technological feel. Also, I don't know what I was actually expecting, but that was actually pretty close to it. Aha! Well, that was both expected and underwhelming. Oh, I always feel like these big reveals should be something bigger. Okay. I guess ever since the Aegis one, my mind has just been like, oh, nothing's going to top the Aegis reveal now. Dear. I'm stuck on that, aren't I? Almost there, we're at the Romulan Alliance prototype Vantage Shields. Which... at least it feels completed up here. The colour may be a bit different. Awkward. But it does feel like it's trying to complete itself. So I'll give it that one. I'm really not sure how I feel about this.
Warning, ship is under attack.
This will answer it. Oh my god! Return of the Y-Boner with a vengeance. Oh my god. Oh well, if Aegis didn't flash us with its shaft, don't worry, the Romulans will flash it with its shaft as well. This one comes with... I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. Oh! Oh dear me. Wow. Oh! Romulans, you've given me eccentric hope for the Riemann. Oh no, the Riemann one right now. Hello. Okay, next up. I keep hitting that awkwardly early. And here we go. Temporal Defense Intuitive Regenerative Shield Array. I've been practicing saying that. And it actually looks really nifty on this ship. This is one of those times, normally I just straight up discount it. I don't give it much hope to begin with, and with reason. But for once, it feels very fitting and in place.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Even after you do that. Which again, normally, I hate the sandpaper. And I feel like the rainbow oil, whatever you want to call that, plating of the armour, also feels out of place on most ships. But it just works here. Works really well on the central ring, all the way up the shaft. It just... oh, for once I'm not even making a joke out the shaft. Too close. It just works really well. It's a nice change, and I could actually go very happily, take this ship and build a Chronoton anti-proton build with this ship just out of a theme. Would happily go and do it. Can't get to say that very often. Here we go again. It's the Terran Task Force Covariant Shields. Yeah, I'm singing this one because, hey, what did we say about Terran at the beginning? Hey, let's get back to it. Can you tell I do these blind? I love to do these blind. And for the first 4, 5, they weren't blind because of issues. This one is a happy blind moment. Oh wow! The black hole, but with a grey strip. Ah, looks awesome. Oh, actually looks really awesome to me. Please be just as awesome when you transform. Please be just as awesome when you transform. Please be just as awesome when you transform. Oh, let down. I mean, minimalistically let down, but still a let down. I mean, brown, grey in the middle. The arms do look kind of cool. Dyson still holds top dog, really, for the actual visual aesthetic, but this is such a close second. It's unnerving. Oh, and I do like that red. The red at the top there. If I was going to fly the ship, this is probably the main aesthetic I'll be using, just because it fits more in with its initial aesthetic anyway. And it looks awesome. Oh, it's the trash can. Okay, right. I'll give it its measure and due. Give it its measure and due, Richard. Give it its measure and due. Don't even look at it in this form. Just... ah, crap. Guys, dielectric, oscillating, resilient shields. Oh god, you guys know what I think of this one. It's not even as bland as the Kelvin, but I still like the Kelvin more. Huh. Okay. Wow. Normally I've got nothing to say about it. But nothing good to say about it. But do you know what? For once, just for once, in both this state and, yeah, I'm gonna say in its primary state, because of its jankiness that doesn't actually pull too badly cut off there. This actually works. It works. It looks okay. It's not great. It's definitely not in my tops, but for once, it feels less like the trash can skin and more like an industrial skin. And I will give it that due for the industrial feel and the industrial feel alone. Whoopsie daisy. I'll give it its due. I've been trying to record this video for 4 hours. Oh my god! Next bit. Okay, let's get on to it. Jem'Hadar Resilient Shields. We're now literally looking at some of my first ones I ever got. Along with Aegis, which was the fourth hull plate I ever got. And dielectric being among them. I can't remember if I got it before or after Jem'Hadar. These last two have been some of my longest standing hull plates, and I've often retained the favourite position. And right now, Jem'Hadar rival to Solanae and Terran, but oh no, that purple does look really good. Oh, come on, pull up a fight, Gem. Come on, Jem'Hadar, pull up a fight. This is the way of the soldier, right? Oh, god damn. Oh, son of a... damn it, Jem'Hadar! Sorry if that peaked in the sounds, I do apologise. That just looks fucking awesome. I love it. I think it looks great. I like it a lot. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Jem'Hadar gets a good win there. The shaft of it looks absolutely amazing. The way it opens up and reveals these purple arms looks great because it just it is the right balance. Not too much, not too little, just right. Which is ironically the one thing I'm expecting the last one not to get right. So, yeah, as much as I love the Riemann one, it's not genuinely my favourites. It also frequently can overdo the hexagon honeycomb pattern. Let's see. And here we come. Riemann Advanced Prototype Covariant Shields. Okay, so strong start, but it was always going to be a strong start. There's no way in hell we were going to have dislocated plating that doesn't quite mesh with each other. Because the Riemann one is actually very simplistic for the most part. And the teal patterns that are showing up at the moment are great. It feels very, very fast. It also feels like something out of Star Wars again, but that's happening a lot recently. That happens a lot. Unfortunately with Star Trek and more Star Wars films, there seems to be a melding at the moment where one will have relatively similar ideas to the other. Awkward. But at least it's not a Star Destroyer. Ah shit, the wedge shape. Well, with that being said, let's transform it.
Ship is under attack.
So, if this honeycomb hexagon pattern had been on the outer hull anywhere, which I kind of knew it wasn't going to be because of its numbering within the textures, I would have gone spare. There'd have been too much of it. However, perfect balance. I mean, it's flashing its shaft at us again, and the rig is very... look at me. But, oh god, that was bad. Sorry. It looks good to me. It looks really good, and I really don't feel like any part of it's wrong. I actually approve that if you look straight down it, you can see more of the honeycomb patterning going on just there at the base near the ring. I don't know if there's any on the up part. No, there is not. But it's just right, and it's really difficult. I've got to be honest, it's very difficult to take a chrome-like pattern like this and make it look good. Almost always, if it isn't with the right kind of secondary texturing color, it will not look good at all. Personally, if you're going to have a chrome pattern like this, I like to think that you should have some kind of very dark hole right along next to it, such as black, like the others are. And that's the problem for me with the Riemann one. However, as we're seeing right now, it turns out it's not really that big of a problem. It looks great. I personally love this look. And as much as I still definitely feel like I'd fly the Terran Task Force Vantage Shield / Shield Array, I will give this one its credit. It looks great. It's just something to give credit to this ship anyway. The ship looks great. It's such a simple yet artistic design, and I like it. STO's done a great job here. Discovery did a good job coming up with something that looks its part. It really does fit its place as a ship of the kind of civilization it's from. You get you can feel and hear the history of the race that developed this ship just looking at it, and that is so hard to do. So massive credit to this ship's design. In Discovery, for its fault, I just give it 10 out of 10 in Discovery. It's such a good idea. And as far as STO's going for making it, well, they didn't really get it wrong. I really would have appreciated a little bit of addition on STO's part, like give us a different hull coloration just for a bit of fun. You know, have a little bit of laugh. Let's have the Kelpian colours. I mean, this is an age long past the period where Kelpians and the BAUL had to start working together. So give us some Kelpian colours as well. Just for a little bit of creative laugh, creative splash would have been nice. And I know I keep saying this, but a unique bridge. They didn't even have to give us a unique bridge. They could have just given us the room that you see Saru and his sister held in. I forgot his sister's name, I'm so sorry. That would have been great. But truly I shouldn't be complaining. This is such a good design ship. Such a nice little thing to fly. Looks great. Personally, I'm going to be happy flying it. I'm going to be happy flying it on my Klingon, who I've given it to. Yeah, test server. I don't actually have this on my main character. I love being able to test ships out there before you actually decide who you want to fly in with. And I do advise doing it, so if you're not part of the test server, seriously, check out Tribble. It's easy to sign up to use it, and it really does help people out when they want to test ship builds out and not lose anything they've already worked on. Guys, let me know what you think of this ship. I'd really appreciate hearing it from you guys. It's something niggly that you may have seen that I didn't see. Please point it out. Hell, because if I ever do a refreshed look at a ship, which I plan to do with all the past ships I've reviewed, then it actually really helps. It gives me a second set of eyes, so to speak. And let me just say thank you for watching to the end of this video. It really helps out. More than that though, a huge, massive thank you to the generosity of this channel's sponsorship donators and its patrons for helping this channel stay alive right now. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to make this video. And if you do wish to help support this channel in such a way, the links are below, along with the links for Discord, which, if you're new to the channel, I hope that you will subscribe. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope you will hit the like, because it really does help the channel out against the algorithm. And more than that, remember to click on Discord, come over and join us. It's a simple sign up if you haven't got Discord. You get to chat with the rest of the crew and everyone else that watches. You will get to know every time I post a video, every time I plan a stream. Bigger than that, you actually get to share your own videos and your own screenshots, your own experiences under the Crew Clips tab, which gives you a chance to get yourself shared more out there as well. Now with this being said guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, ciao for now. Remember, live long and prosper, my friends. Engage!